Yo, what's good? Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day to be out driving. Here up in Rexdale, Albion Road. For those who know Toronto. Yeah. Today is like 14 degrees Celsius. It's kind of getting cold, but right now it's still okay. It's not too cold, you know. When it drops down below 10, I'm not going to be outside with it no more. I'm going to put it up for the winter. Wait till next summer again before I bring it out. But right now it's nice driving weather right now. So for those who don't know, I drive a Camaro 2SS 6.2 liter V8 making 455 horsepower and 455 nanometer or pound-feet of torque. It's pretty powerful, you know, pretty powerful engine. The next, the top Camaro that they got is like the ZL1, the Z, any one of the Z, because the Z comes with the supercharger. You know, it's the same, no, not the same engine. I think mine is a LT2 and the Z is a LT4. You know, it's a much stronger engine than mine. It makes, I think naturally aspirated, it makes like 500 horsepower. But with the supercharger, it's kicking out like 650, 700 horsepower. Some big number, somewhere around there, you know, 650, 700, or even 750, I'm not sure. But the Z does make a lot of power. It's a quick Google search, you can Google it for yourself. If I supercharge mine, which, okay, next summer, when I bring it out next summer, it's going to be supercharged, because I'm trying to make somewhere around 650 horse. So next summer I'm going to get it supercharged, bring it up to 650. But right now 450, 455 it's great. It's very powerful. You know, it's a car that demands a lot of respect. So I don't really play around with it too much. You know, before this, rest in peace to One Stock. You don't know the whole car community, especially the BMW community. Especially New York, Empire House out of New York. They lost a real one, you know. We all lost a real one with One Stock. So rest in peace, One Stock. It's a legend never die. So wherever you are, bro, just keep doing your thing. No, enough speed and enough power involved. Anything Stock I do right now, enough speed, enough power. Shout out to Stock, yeah. Yeah, I don't know who they were honking at over there, but yeah. Just want to be outside for a minute. Enjoy the rest of the fall before I have to hang it up. It's getting colder and colder every day, so these are the last few days I got to drive it. As I said, next year when it's coming out with the supercharger. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, still I love my Camaro. You know, as a yard man, we love BMW and we love Benz. For this I had a Benz. You know. Wasn't nothing much, so it entry level Benz, a CLA 250. But man, that car was sweet, but it lacks power. You know, I literally drove that car to the ground. You know, when I gave up my CLA 250, it has no windshield washer reservoir, no radiator reservoir, no head gasket. Yeah, I literally drove the F out of that car, right? I literally, you know. I remember one night from Berry, coming from Berry Mine on the 400, and a Lexus IS 350 pull up right beside me, yo. That time we were like right at the top of the 400, right out of Berry. I forgot what's that road name, like Rama Road or something, before you hit the 400. And we both hit the 400 together, and he was about that life. He was about that life, and in the Benz I did not play. It wasn't about no ramping, no playing, yo. And we let that shit go from all the way from Berry, come straight down to Major Mac. Yo, anyone knows 400, you know that's like miles of roads. And we did not care about police, nothing. Yo, that Benz, I think it max out, like, the speedometer max out at like, the Benz speedometer max out at like 240 kilometers, or I believe 260. That night I pushed it to 210. You know? To be honest, man, that was some dangerous shit too, because the car, that car was not meant, even though they say 260 on the speedometer. That's 260 in perfect condition. That's 200 in perfect condition, perfect weather, perfect roads, perfect suspension, tires, everything. And them times I'm running it stock. You know, before that, I had a Lincoln MKS. I don't know how much power the Lincoln MKS was, but I know my Benz was, they said 220, but yeah, if you should dyno that shit, it's making like 205 to 208 horsepower. They wasn't making a lot of power, but with the supercharger, you know, and the tuning, it was fast. Oh man, it was fast. But I knew it wasn't fast like that, because them times I didn't know much about cars, you know, and when I pull up beside some Dodge, I didn't know about Hellcat and Scat Packs and stuff like that. These guys would just, I'm gone. And I'd be flooring it, trying to see them. That's when I realized, okay, it's fast, but it doesn't have the power to match up to anyone. Literally, it's fast, but it's like a regular soccer mom car fast. But before that, I had the Lincoln. I don't know how much power the Lincoln was pushing. Had to be at least 300, and it had to be pushing at least 270 to 300, because it was way faster than the Benz. My Lincoln MKS, way faster than the Benz. Rear wheel drive. That shit almost took my life. The winter of 2020, January 8th, 2020, that car took me out. Going to Brampton, coming from work, going to Brampton in the morning, like 5 a.m. in the morning, and it was snowing very lightly, not a lot of snow, like literally not anything for you to worry about or be scared about, but it was a really cold morning. So I guess even though it was snowing lightly, it was all frozen on the ground. You know, the ground was all frozen. And going up there, man, I was doing like 120, to be honest, in the snow, 120 kilometers. Which it's kind of extreme. It's kind of fast for bad weather. But 120, everyone do 120 on the highway. And I hit some black ice or something. And I was in the far right lane. The only thing I knew after that is that I lost all control of the car and it's flying to the far left. And just like over there right now, you see a barrier. I can't really touch the camera right now, I'm driving. But there's a barrier that divides the road. There was one on the far left. And I'm sliding over there to hit the barrier. I knew it was going to be okay because I was going to hit the barrier at like 100, 120. So I knew the car was going to get a lot of damage, but I'm going to be okay. And that's at least my initial thought until I look through my rear view mirror. And what do I see? A tractor trailer. Maybe like them 28-wheel, 30-wheeler tractor trailer flying through the snow. Only thing I see was the freaking snow kicking up off the tires like a raging bull, coming at me at full speed. He has to be doing at least 140 kilometers because he has all the tires, the chain on the tire. That guy was driving with all the confidence in the world that he needs. And when I saw that he's gonna hit me or I'm gonna hit him, I knew that at that moment I had just mere seconds to survive. I knew, like, when I was sliding into the barrier from the far right to the far left, there was some traffic on the road. And because they saw me lost control, I saw all the traffic, like the 5 cars on the road, all stopped because they don't know what my car is gonna do. I saw them stop. And I knew I was going to be okay because I was just going to hit the barrier. But when I look in the merging lane, and it wasn't the truck driver's fault. I'm not blaming him because he did not see me. There was no way for him to tell that a freaking car is sliding from the far right to the far left. You know, he was merging on the highway. He was merging pretty fast though. And I knew why. It was early morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. Literally little to no traffic, so he was driving with all the confidence in the world that he needs. When I saw that I was gonna hit the tractor trailer, I told myself I got just mere seconds left to survive, to live. And I wasn't scared. My whole life did not flash between my eyes, none of that. I was calm and I was okay with it because I knew hitting a tractor trailer at this speed or getting hit by a tractor trailer at this speed, I'm not gonna survive. And I remember it hit my passenger side first. And I remember the gas tank on the trailer where I end up hitting him, which was what saved my life. If he had hit me, I would have been dead. Rest in peace, Stock. I end up hitting the tractor trailer first. And I remember seeing the gas tank off the truck. You know, a gas tank on a tractor trailer, it's big. I remember seeing the gas tank go across my windshield. And I did not know if it was a gas tank. It looked like the whole body of a tanker. That's how huge the gas tank was. I remember the windshield gone. Then the wheels that I got stuck underneath the tractor trailer wheel, and it started to grind my car up. And I remember seeing the back seat. No, at first it was my dashboard. It grinds away my dashboard right in front of me, right in front of my eyes. There was no dashboard left. And then for somehow it caught my back seat next, and I saw the back seat grind away. And then it hit my passenger seat, and I don't know what happened, but when it starts to eat the passenger seat, I remember the passenger door is now on my, the passenger door is now resting on my right shoulder. So my right arm, where my seatbelt holder is, can't move. The passenger door is jammed right where my seatbelt is. That's how much my car grind. And then for some reason, the truck released my car and I start to spin in the middle of the highway. I just start to do donuts in the middle of the highway. And when I stop, I'm facing oncoming traffic. And I remember just telling myself, I gotta get out this car, I gotta get out this car, I gotta get out this car. It's gonna blow, it's gonna blow. And I couldn't open the seatbelt because the seatbelt buckle was underneath my passenger door. But I slowly loosened up my seatbelt and crawled out through the bottom of my seatbelt and jumped out the car. When I jumped out the car, I saw ambulance, I saw the truck driver that stopped about a mile away. The truck driver that stopped about a mile away, running back to the truck. Yeah, man, that was one terrified experience. But luckily I survived though. I went to the hospital with just minor injuries. And a month after that I got my Benz and I was back at it again. What I'm saying is, driving fast, racing, whether it be track speed or whatever, if you're about this life, you know what you're getting into. You know? After my Lincoln got damaged, I need a faster car. My first intention wasn't to get a minivan or a SUV or a safety van. My first intention was to get a faster car. But the only reason why I got the Benz was it was all-wheel drive. That's why I got the Benz. The Lincoln was rear-wheel drive. So I blame the accident on the rear-wheel drive. I blame the accident on the rear-wheel drive. But again, I was a rookie to car. I did not know much about car. Because now I bought the Camaro. This is a rear-wheel drive. And it's the best car I ever had. The best car I ever drive. Like, I love everything about it. It's kind of hard for me to go back to all-wheel right now. Unless it's the all-wheel have some hybrid system that sends power to the rear more than it sends power to the front. Rear-wheel drive, you know, and that's just my silly preference. I will buy all-wheel again, depends on the brand. But I love rear-wheel drive. Now, even though one almost took me out. Now I know, don't drive this in the snow. So I got my Buick when it's bad weather. I drive my Buick. Whether it's rain or snow, I drive my Buick. I don't drive this in bad weather. I know about fishtailing. You know, I know about all that now. I know how to oversteer, understeer. I know not to hit the gas or the brake. I know how to keep a constant throttle going around corners and shit like that. You know, so I'm good with my rear-wheel drive car. You know what I'm saying? But what I was saying is like, now is like after my accident, I hopped for a car that was just as fast or even faster compare 0 to 60 or a certain kind of car. When you definitely opt for fast cars, you modified your car to even go faster. You know what you're getting into. You know the risk, you know the danger. It's a chance that we willingly take. But to be honest, I've seen people take greater risk on a daily without thinking about it. It's just because the car is so visual and audible. You know, you see it going fast, you hear it. You know, you feel the G's when you're sitting in it. So it seems more extreme, but I've seen people freaking rollerblading down hills in busy traffic, riding bicycle at certain speed down the hill through traffic. That's just as much risk as someone street racing or someone driving their car, someone doing a burnout. But people don't think about it that way. They just try to demonize and criticize that which they see, that which is more obvious. But you there smoking your cigarette every day, you're taking a greater risk than me. You know? You're taking a greater risk than me. But I'm not here to demonize anyone. I'm just saying, like, we understand when we drive hard, it's a love that we have for cars. You know? We literally, even though we don't think about it consciously, we're constantly doing calculations in our head. We're constantly, while driving, while not driving, we're constantly doing calculations in our head how to keep ourselves safe. It's not just, it's not just risking life for the heck of it. That's not it. Most street racers, or most people that you see have certain kind of cars, they really not out there doing stupid BS. It's really not like that, you know. I remember when I used to drive shitty cars. When I used to drive shitty cars, I didn't really care about the car getting hit or scratched or damaged that much. So I was more reckless in traffic with my shitty car. You know, I was more reckless at lights with my shitty car. But when I start driving nice cars, I start respecting the road. I start respecting the traffic. I start respecting the stupidity of other drivers. And I start making not excuses, but preparation for anything to happen at any time. I was more consciously aware of the danger of driving a car, the nicer my car gets. And people think that when you buy a fast car or when you buy a sport car, you want to be reckless, but that's not the case. It's a love that we have for driving. It's a love that we have for speed, but we also have a love for life, you know? Right now we see one stock drop out and you see the outcry from the entire car world across the globe. You know? They're streaming that video, all that. They're sending solidarity, condolences coming from India, from Bosnia, from Australia, from China, from Jamaica, from Antigua, you know, from Canada, all over the States. So it's a love that we have for a lifestyle. And most of us will never give it up. You know, most of us will never give it up. One stock right now motivate me to supercharge my Camaro. So the Camaro SS getting supercharged next year. If I could bring it to New York, you already know exactly where I'm gonna bring it. I already know exactly where I'm gonna bring it to get my shit done. So yeah, stay tuned. I said, yo, it's the fall season. Winter is coming soon, so anytime now it's gonna start snowing. Yeah, y'all see the inside already. That's the outside. Let's look at the outside. Yeah, that's the outside. Next year I'm getting this supercharge. Right now it's putting 450 horsepower to the wheel. Next year I need to be hearing 700 to the wheel. You know, 700 to the wheel next year. Let me get some nicer tires too. I'm looking for 11 inches 20s for the back. So anyone have 11-inch 20s, let me know. I need a pair of 11-inch 20s for the back, yo. You know, Camaro spec. I think it's 5x120. 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 Camaro and Corvette spec. So yeah, that's it for now still. Peace out.